Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Okay, hello, guys. Welcome to the love reading for this week. I just did a fairy check-in. So I usually do a love message, and I most of the time talk about relationships, but I actually want to bring it back to a love message, a self-love message. So last week I said I would put the self-love reading online on Friday. I didn't, so my apologies for that. I would like to start today. What do I want to start with? I want to know what's important for cardinal signs, fixed signs, and mutable signs to focus on when it comes to self-love this week. This I want to make a standard reading, focusing more on the self-love and not on love in general. For love will come after we love self. So don't mind my sturdy face. Dear divine, Aphrodite, love spirits, I want to say, can you give me a card for the cardinals? And they gave me memories and remembrance, but reversed. Stop thinking. Stop memorizing. Oh, you should read my daily oracle message from 3 days ago. Yes, if I'm correct. Where I mentioned that you have connected the emotion of sadness to your memories. And that's why I can't with this lightning. Come on, now work with me. Archangel Michael, can you please help me with this lightning, bro? Like, how? Well, he's also the angel of technology, that's why. But I read in that daily oracle message that there's somebody that has memories, a lot of memories, connected to sadness. They have sadness connected to the memories. What's causing them to feel inflicted and in pain and holding a lot of grief every time they think about whether it was the sadness or the memories with somebody else or of themselves. So this week you should really not tap into that fountain. Yeah, give me two, please. So another one, I mean. Yeah, thanks. Let me just take this. Love's embrace. Yeah. You need to stop reminiscing and focusing on wanting to be loved. This will end a huge cycle for you if you focus on that this week. Focus less on who you want to be held by, who you want to love, who you need, like that you need love. You're fixated on the desire of love with another because you lack the fulfillment of loving yourself. This love's embrace, it's like you're constantly in doubt. This smoke, first of all, makes me realize that where smoke is fire. So you are like misguiding yourself. It's giving, yeah, thank you. It's giving Fata Morgana vibes. You keep thinking that every person you meet is your next lover or partner because you're so desperate of receiving affection from somebody outside of you because you're used to thinking that that is love. It is being held by being embraced by, being spoken to by another who loves you in the way that you would want to be loved. But love is not even that. If you even think about it, love is not even about partnerships. And if you really, really think and dive deep, you will also come to find that love is not even about relationships. Love has nothing to do with relationships. Relationships have something to do with love. Love is in its whole own essence. It is um it is source. It is love is just, I'm saying just not to downplay it, but to make it more easier for you to see so you can embed it as a tool. There's like ashes on my keyboard. Love is an essence that the universe has been, okay, the world, because they said no universe, but then they said yes, because they said, and then with said I mean my spirit guides, but this is a galactic spirit guide that says that love is created in the universe as its own fuel. You cannot chip it away, you cannot steal from it, you cannot cut it, you cannot merge it, you cannot, yeah, you cannot poison it because the structure of what love is made of is just unbreakable. I'm hearing indeductible, deductible, undeductible. So the whole structure of love in its creation, it's not something that we can alter, not even our minds. How big of a consciousness masters we are, for love is what we are made out of. So you can see it more of love vibrates through our cells, and we cannot steal it, take it away, push it away. We can only choose. That's why free will is important. Choose to be influenced by it, or choose to, why did I want to say rejected? Maybe you feel rejected, but we can choose to let it be, to let it influence us, or we can choose to, yeah, no, it's not defluence. It's like, yeah, you can choose for, yeah, thank you, because effect is a better word. But I like the word influence. I really try to use the word influence because it's like love is like a domino effect, you know? It's like a laugh or a smile. It comes, it's like a chain reaction, and you can choose to let the chain reaction push you forward and hit the next person, or you can choose to just stop it and not give it to anybody. What can then turn love to hate, but I actually want to say sour, but in anything, it can just cause for the structure to then fall apart behind you, the structure of love. So it's more so that your idea of love and your knowings of what love is, what it has meant to you, is something that needs to be changed. We have Eros and Thanatos on the bottom of the deck. I can't, like, yeah. So Eros is fighting death. Thank you. You have the idea that you always have to be with a woman or a man or a partner that you have to save. You have a savior complex, and it's standing in the way of loving yourself because you are misjudging what love means because of this. And it's becoming so big that you think that you cannot master it because the snake Thanatos here has two heads and you have one head, so you already feel outsmarted by it, outsmarted by this energy, outsmarted by your own outdated mindsets. That is a possibility. Yeah, but you don't understand the game of love because you were always too afraid to really jump into it because the love is actually unknown. You need to stop thinking and reminiscing about the past, about past memories, about relationships or women. I keep hearing women, so it feels like I'm speaking to like a masculine cardinal sign. It feels like I'm speaking to a Cancer, but it's you have to unlearn what love means for you because you have been trained and conditioned to see it as a savior complex, what already makes it conditional. Because that means that you can only love somebody if you save them. No. Did you know that you can even love somebody that you hate? Some people think, huh, how is that possible? You hate that person. No, because it's about how much space in your heart do you give to love and how much you give to hate, how much you give to anger, to grief. It's like you can see your heart as a chamber of yourself and how you feel towards people and things and your desires and all the love that you share. And then sometimes love can make you bitter. So, pardon me, you will have this, pardon me, little place in your heart, little chamber. You made a side room, and that side room, there's a part of you that always goes to that side room and it feels bitter about love. So you will never forget how that person has treated you that made you bitter towards love. Same goes for hate, and it all depends on how much space you give it in your heart to alternate or like altercate your perspective on it, right? Because it's like you can most of the time what how I would envision it is if you make this chamber of like bitterness, for an example, bitterness towards love because your heart was broken by somebody and made you very bitter. You take the time to heal, and the moment you're done with healing, you will go into your heart and you'll say, ah, thank you, chamber of bitterness, for keeping me safe in this space of healing. For you have showed me that love goes beyond any other emotion. So I shall say goodbye and demolish you. The moment you break that room, there's then more space to enter love. So you can radiate it and expand it even more, right? Sometimes that room, that chamber of bitterness is also hate. In my opinion, when you have duality in your heart, it is because you have not tended enough to what you need to focus on what's going on in your heart. There are several emotions happening that you are not giving full attention towards that you really need to focus on so you can feel it more and radiate even more than you think you could. So when I say like sometimes you can even love somebody when you also feel hate for that person, it's most of the times that the hate represents the hurt that this person has done to us and the way that it changed our minds about love because of unmet needs or an unmet understanding. But it's unmet because you haven't confronted it. You know what I mean? Some people, most of the people, that's why this is very beautiful that I remind myself of right now. Everybody who passes and or has near death experience, or everybody who passes away or speaks with a medium, or somebody that comes back after passing, they always say, I wish I had loved more, because they lacked the understanding of seeing that choosing love or believing in love is a choice. Like, you can believe in hate, but you need to have like a reason for yourself to hold that belief. You know what I mean? So if your reason constantly is because this person has hurt me, this person has hurt me, that's why I hate it, eventually you will meet people who won't hurt you anymore. So you will change that vision. Oh, I wait, I haven't been hurt that long anymore, so I don't hate it anymore. Oh, so wait, the hate in my heart is turning into grief and it's turning into healing. And oh, wait, there is no hate in my heart. I understand it. It's a part of life. It's a process of growing and grieving. You know what I mean? So there are layers to it that can only help you elevate. Mm, what I'm seeing here is like thinking about lovers and past relationships and people who were not really serving you, but you could have been or could have taken upon the role of the warrior, and that made you feel and look like you were really winning in love. But in actuality, love is not being a warrior or a winner or a fighter or a victim. Love is being somebody that chooses love, and it's choosing what makes your heart warm, what makes your heart filled with hope and happiness and faith and joy, what makes your heart really shine, but in an authentic way that you know you cannot deny what you feel, but it's so raw and pure and beautiful that you just want more. But it's not an obsessive way, it's very healthy. So you will notice that it's this healthy motivation. Wow, motivation. Motivation. Yeah, it's a healthy motivation. Yeah, there's a thank you for that slip up in the word, because now you have really showed me something, Spirit. But it's a choice that you make. Love is a choice. And even when somebody treats you bad, you can even choose to respond with love. And it's also because you know better. And of course, sometimes giving into that negative energy, saying something bad, we're all part human as well. So don't forget that. Like, you need to just give space to accept yourself more. I think you have anxiety about your abandonment issues, their cardinal signs, because you always loved to be this, yeah, like grandiosity. Some of you could even be showing these narcissistic traits because you desire to be in love so badly and you want to be this warrior, but like, you have no clue what love is even about. You're unhealed as shit. That's what a that's what a guide is saying. It's like how you want to be with somebody. You can even sit with yourself for 20 minutes and not think that you're bored or not think that you're annoyed or not think that you hate yourself. Um and this week it's really like the emphasis you will really show and be and see how you have been in your own way of loving correctly and directly. Because I'm also seeing a lot of you have been used to love at a distance or love subliminally. You have been very, you can see, yeah. So this is the second card, right? Look at how he's looking away from her and she's embracing his neck and his arms. So you could have also chosen for partners that would always speak for you, do things for you because it's easier, but it's because you have trouble sticking up for what you want to do and really put in that 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 I wanted to say focus, but it's more like you have been really, yeah, it's like this is the attitude. It's like, oh yeah, whatever, she chooses. Oh yeah, whatever. It's like you've been lacking. Somebody smokes tobacco here, like cigars. but you have been lacking the ability to take your own lead, not only in a relationship, but in a healthy partnership. Like you are always submissive. I hear doormat. Somebody's like smoking cigars, like yeah, Cuban. What else? But you're so used to having like these women. I keep feeling like I'm speaking to a masculine and it's about a woman. You are constantly thinking, or you need to stop thinking about how women in the past have always controlled you because you had this savior victim complex that caused you to look at love in a very wrong way. You have 0.8, point 0.8, I'm hearing. You have, I'm hearing, I heard you have 0.8 point 0.8 seconds too, and something's happened, but I don't know what. But you have always on a tight leash. You were always also indecisive about do you want to be free or do you want to be in a partnership? So that means that you, because of this savior victim complex, unhealed, whatever it is that you really need to look into or what will be visible to you this week, probably. The reading is timeless, but for those seeing it not on the 6th of November, it will be in this week that you will see this reading. You will realize that your perspective towards love and partnerships and what it means to take the lead in a healthy partnership and connection to also love yourself has just been bringing like sabotage, but in the way that you always hang out with unhealed women. I need to stop saying women. To unhealed partners that only cause to take your freedom instead of giving you, that only cause to make you even more submissive and more of a doormat than you are. Like you have always dated people who made you small because you were used to thinking that love is giving the person you love all the space they need. But love is equally taking space and no, in that example, love is equally taking space and loving how both of you shine in your own way, in your own space. Love is not a tug war. Oh, now it's your turn. Oh, now it's my turn. No, that's a heavy imbalance. Very, very heavy. And this week, you shall be reminded about this, reminded, or you will finally see wait, I have never loved myself. And some people will be shocked. Somebody's 53 years old. You have a dog, or you have a cat or a dog. First came dog and then cat, but I'm hearing a Shih Tzu. Yeah, it will just like shock you how hard you have been denying. Sorry for my leg, I need to change position. Probably is what you're gonna do to change minds. You need to stop desiring this love connection that you have, or you will realize that this week you will realize that you need to stop thinking about this love desire that you have because the foundation that you want to build it on is totally unhealed. Um, and yeah, you got work to do. Grapefruit, I'm hearing. Like you want somebody to cater to you, but you constantly date people who just want to be catered because you're not really understanding how mirroring works and like searching the right partner for you, and it's also because you don't really know who you are as a partner. Like, how do you show up as a partner? If you really want to think about the past so much, uh, and like waste your time on that, you should focus on how you have been wrongfully showing up as a partner to others so you can find out what kind of partner you are searching for. Because the way that you wrongfully show up for others, the way that you wrongfully show up for the way that you wrongfully show up for to others is explaining what partner no, sorry, the way that that you have showed up for partners in the past explains the partners you keep picking that you actually don't want. Thank you. And I don't know if you hear my radiator, but it's like warming up, so you might hear water. um don't mind that, please. Yeah, there's a big emphasis on really stopping desiring love from an outside party. Even if it's an Yeah, even if it's a pet or an animal, like you need to turn that desire to grab love towards you in a physical way, to grabbing yourself and just looking in the mirror and like just be like, wait, what the fuck is love? You know what I mean? Because all these hopeless romantic movies, it's also not true. Love is embedded in the script, but it's not how love is in real life. You know what I mean? And what's the challenge for Cardinals this week? You give me what the challenge will be. Thank you. The challenge is that you will look at yourself in a very hateful manner. Do not look at yourself in a hateful manner because we got loving gaze reversed. You need to understand that, like I said, you need to accept yourself. I think that was in my fairy check-in read. Yeah, you need to embrace who you are, but also those more ugly sides. So when you reflect, yeah, doubt and indecision. If you have always chosen wrongful partners because you were always in third parties, letting somebody like ride the wave of your relationship when you're unserious, you're gonna find out how much of a jerk you have actually been. And you should actually not hate on yourself for it, but you need to ask yourself why you have been neglecting the little boy, girl, or inner child within you that's always wanted to be loved and held in the way that you are feeling called to embrace now as well. Like, actually very hard to explain because it goes very deep. This self-sabotaging behavior comes from a program that you got taught by either parents, school, partners. I'm like trying to see. This is like orange, but I don't know from what. So I was like, what is that? So this conditioned thinking has created you into a person that you find very hard to accept right now. But now is a beautiful time to show yourself the love that you actually want. Because that person just needs compassion and understanding. The inner child that has believed that a victim complex or savior complex is love, that unconditional love is love, that is what needs to be redirected. And you redirect it by feeding it positive energy, by feeding yourself with lots of reassurance and not guilt. You tell yourself, I'm sorry that I led us astray for so long. I was blind to my own illusions. I'm sorry I didn't reach out to you sooner. And then you visualize yourself hugging yourself as a child, or you You go back and visualize who you are at the age that you were programmed to love conditionally, and then you hug yourself and you tell yourself you will never do it again and that you will do your best every day to be there for yourself. And then you make a pact with yourself and you show up for them every day. You show up for your little inner child every day because nobody else is going to do it for you. You need to write it down. You need to do a meditation. You need to do healing on your inner child, a lot of solar plexus, because this also means then that you are afraid to authentically be yourself. So your solar plexus is totally out of control. So your digestive system, the way that you look at power, the way that you look at expressing yourself, the way that you look at how people shine their light, that whole vision is just like I'm hearing paralyzed. Like there's something that just got you stuck in this trauma that happened. Yeah, I'm seeing like somebody like stage fright. Like when you're on stage, people are like, ha, like something like that has made you so insecure about showing who you really are that now your whole perspective over the years into growing into an adult has changed. And now you're dealing with the effects of it. It's just typical inner child healing. Yeah. But the essence is more focused on you thinking that you need to be loved in a certain way. You need to let it go. Love has no, I want to say, love has no borders. Love has no ideas. Love has no, oh, I'm gonna show up tomorrow in a pink dress. No. Sometimes love, yeah, love comes through very crazy ways. Sometimes hate on hate crime brings love. That's probably too deep for many to understand unless you're on the right page, then I welcome you, my big thinker. We think alike. And if you understand that even hate on hate brings love, then you should understand that if you have hate within you and you want to bring in love, you can. Yeah. Somebody wants me to explain what I mean with hate on hate brings love, but I'm not gonna do that. Because if you don't understand, then you'll come to find out. Surrender to uncertainty. Fixed signs. Message for the fixed signs for self love this week. Thank you. Fixed signs. Can you please make it fly out and I'm stuck in the deck in the past? Thank you. I want to say in the past they made it fly out. Joy and jubilation and taking the plunge. Self love message for this week. Happiness. Frolicking. I hear frolicking. Happy frolicking. Oh, this light. Playing, having fun, creating, and then taking the plunge, having fun, a new beginning, diving into a new level of self love. I don't feel like there's a lot to add to you, fixed signs, actually, because we got 12 and 11. We might go down a step this week when it comes to love, but we're actually upgrading. Because with the step that we're going to take when it comes to going down, when I said that word, I actually mean we're going to go a little bit deeper into our practice, into our abilities. It's starting to rain very hard right now. Into our abilities to understand ourselves and who we are so we can lift up the happiness even more. We got joy and jubilation. Like I said, it's number 12. And then we got taking the plunge, number 11. To me, it's very beautiful because it really shows us that the deeper you sometimes go, the higher you can reach. And when it comes to self-love, it also is giving me, look, being very social and then taking the time to recharge again, being alone. You could have a lot of activities going up with people. You could be asked out for celebrations. You could be having dinner with friends or going to the theater. Oh, I was thinking about that. I really want to go to the theater. Yeah. Going to the theater and have fun. You could be making music with friends. You could be dancing. You could be hanging out with your children for those who have kids. And then it will be a very balanced week of self love because you will do all that activities of happiness, of recreating joy and making yourself laugh and smile on those around you to uplift the mood. And then later on, you will discern and take more of your time. It's also giving me a lot of finally the balance is back by doing things that you need to do throughout the day and then in the evening you will be able to what did I say eat? You will be able to shift back into that charging energy of taking a break and resting, plucking fruits and she sells. Whoa, seashells. That's a tongue twister. Maybe that's a funny one. My mom taught me this one. She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. And because I we were talking about like diving right for a shell, seashell. She sells seashells on the seashore. Wow. I think that's also good for your brain, by the way. She sells seashells on the seashore and also for articulation in your mouth. Trying those word play. I don't know how to say it. In Dutch, we call it a tongue twister. Thank you. Dutch, we call it a tongbreaker. Yeah. And it's also when you have fun, or if you have fun, when you come back to going inwards, you will find out some things. What does a shell stand for? That's a good question. I was sitting like this way the whole time. I need to do throat chakra. So that's the energy that's coming up probably next week, not this week, the week after that. People's throat chakras are going to open up and release a lot of tension. But taking the plunge, huh? Feels like, yeah, what does a shell stand for? What does a shell stand for? It's a good question. A phone. Somebody could be calling you. Somebody could be going into a meditation. Yeah, this, I keep spinning the deck and I keep seeing this. Also with the cardinals, uninhibited and released and released. I think everybody's very sexually frustrated. Or like just like they feel a lot of energy bubbling on the inside and they want to release it. They don't know how. But you could be invited to go somewhere this week by a group of people. Which reading was that? I was like, I have this vision of people being the Joker and like false texting somebody, acting like they're a single person, but then meanwhile you're chatting with like four people on the other phone. For my fixed signs, please watch out because this week you can be tried to be pulled into a setup. So don't do anything crazy. If you feel like it's that, go inward. Yeah. There you will receive the wisdom because he's wearing a helmet with a feather on top. That means that even in the deep dark waters, you are aware of the psychic knowings, love secrets, challenge. Understanding love's secrets. You could be searching for love as well, fixed signs, but on a different way than the cardinals. Instead of remembering, reminiscing like the cardinals, you could be going out and trying to, I'm hearing hitchhike and trying to like ride a lift with somebody to their bed. Or you could, no, that's not sleeping with the fishes. If somebody's gonna try and put you in a setup, they want you off, so it's best if you don't go anywhere with somebody. A very old booty call. A very old booty call. That is true. The feminine on this card doesn't really look pleased though, and she might need healing. So fixed signs you could be, grounding. Healing is the word. Spirit was like, oh, healing. Because she's crossing her legs and she's wearing red shoes and her face is a little bit like disdainful. It's like, ugh, I don't got anywhere else to go, so I'll just stay here. That's kind of the energy. Don't settle this week. The self-love messages to not settle and go deeper into what you think you already know. Somebody needs to smoke a joint. Like you need to get high. High. Love secret, loving yourself. Yeah. Big signs. Oh, oh, big signs. You can have a little secret. It's a secret nobody can know. That's why you're taking this plunge. It's to hide these knowings. Maybe you're burying the shell there. Yes. Taking a plunge to hide something in the waters. And that is that you have a love, your love secrets, who is admiring you, or you are watching them, or you are together. You both know you're waiting on each other and you're loving each other because you both love yourself. Oh, I am crying. I wish if this happens for me this week, I will make it rain over the whole world. I want my stomach literally said, really? Yes, give me a man, the man that deserves me. Physical attraction, the lady waits, loving herself, love secrets. So the challenge is like understanding fixed signs that also it's self love. Yeah, you have to surrender to waiting. Surrender, like sometimes in love, one or the other person is not really ready. And instead of pushing them away, you should embed self love even more so the attraction and the connection can grow fonder over time. This is your struggle right now, as I see that you have a hard time believing. Yeah, thank you. Believing in the secret because you are constantly waiting to love yourself. Oh, yeah. Because you think that physical attraction, like intimacy, like sexual intimacy, is love, but that's not true. So for the fixed signs, we don't really have a savior complex. We have more like a misunderstanding to that love is not an act. Yeah, love is not an act. Love per se is not an act. Wow. That's why it hit me. Love is not an act. Jealousy and possessiveness. It comes from being jealous or possessive that you think that. So you need to heal, like I said, that disdain, that feeling of like, why do I have to wait so long? Why do I have to put so much energy into it? Pardon me. Why do I have to like put so much work? Because, for example, taking this plunge, maybe it costed you a lot of energy to be with these people, to have your joy and have your fun, right? But it took so much energy of you because you actually always hang out on your own deep, low little place where you have your own wisdom and energy and spirits around you and your own vibe. And every time people ask you out, you have to give so much of your own energy to like level with the idea that you have in your mind of what fun is or like love that you just end up being drained. And This is what's causing you to like think that the love that you desire doesn't exist. And then it creates like this annoyance in your head, causing you to think that love happens through certain acts of being, giving, and then you try to reflect on that act and from who you have received it. And if you can't find the answer, you just get like jealous or possessive over somebody that you're seeing or that you're thinking about or somebody that you're keeping an eye out on. Because I also feel like there is like this secret admirer, somebody like watching you or you watching somebody. And yeah, it takes you great lengths. This is for some. It takes you great lengths to understand. Oh, am I stuck here? It takes you great lengths to understand the secret of love because you have a lot of jealousy and possessiveness issues that are kind of keeping you from loving yourself because that jealousy and possessiveness is constantly asking for evidence and it's keeping you waiting. But like you're waiting for evidence, but for what? Because love is not an act. So you either know that you love somebody in your heart or you know that you don't, and nothing else around that matters. I'm teaching myself a lot right now. It's wild. You can give me the challenge card for fake science this week. That's our challenge. Yeah, Eros and Thanatos. Also fighting off that savior complex, that energy of thinking like you have to always be of service to receive love. You always have to act out and moving great lengths to receive love. You always have to move mountains to receive love. If they don't give you love, it doesn't mean you have to stop giving love, but it also means that you don't have to wait for them to give it back to you because I think that's very important. That you slay that dragon. Yeah, yeah. It's like I wouldn't say it came like sideways because I think that this is like the little last bit of like self-sabotage that you're using to keep love away from you because you're also afraid. You're afraid that, oh, I feel like crying when I say this. Oh my lord, this is for somebody. I'm so sorry, my baby. This is for somebody. You think that if you don't do something for somebody, that they will never love you. So you always give wow, this sounds like me. You always give everything of yourself. You give everything from your secrets to your dogs to wow, this is actually so sad because it feels like this person I'm talking about, they would give their last breath to feel loved. That's so sad because they just keep meeting people that are they just keep meeting people that are not like giving anything back. It's like unrequited, it's unequal give and take, and somebody really needs to be loved. Like they feel the need to be loved very strongly by somebody else, and it's breaking their heart because they're just not doing anything. Wow, that's for somebody. I'm also getting another story now because they're not doing anything against understanding that waiting to be loved is creating a process of hating yourself. And many could say hate is a big word, but I mean like you're neglecting yourself constantly if you wait on somebody to love you. And now I'm also seeing with Eros and Thanatos, if you're having a very good week by doing what you want, having fun in the way you want, hanging out with who you want. You have to really fight off this victim side of yourself that says that you cannot have fun. Because if you have fun, you how do I formulate this? If you have fun, the other person won't love you anymore. This is somebody that could be in an abusive relationship that's going out of hiding and then going back into hiding. But I'm also seeing this side of yourself if you're having a lot of fun times and feeling love around you. You have to defeat like negative energies or people who are talking down on your joy. And you also have to defeat the side of yourself that's acting like a victim and tells you to not enjoy life. This victim side of yourself keeps isolating you. It keeps making you very cold and put up a defense and makes you very like helpless. Like you can't move, like you can't do anything. Look at how she's laying on the floor. It's like that's the challenge. You need to overcome that persona that told you that you cannot have fun, that you should always wait because we had like waiting on love and self-love and then full intimacy and physical attraction, like the lady who waits and loves herself. Exactly. Okay, so we got the lover's secret we had and love, and then lady who waits and full attraction. So it's like when you think that while you love yourself and you wait on a lover to love you, no. When you love yourself and you wait on a lover to love the version of yourself that loves you to the fullest, you cannot have fun. It's like as if you have to wait for a Prince Charming the whole time. But you can also just meet a Prince Charming by going outside and doing things, not just sit in a chair, like you're stuck in a tower and this little birdie comes to the window and says like, "Oh my god, I found a prince for you," or "There's a prince downstairs." Like that's unrealistic. So Scorpio, you need to work on that. Oh, Scorpio, I said that. Me, Scorpios, to work on that hopeless romantic energy. But this is for Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. Cardinals are Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, and I think Libra, right? Yeah, I had it correct. So then we got the mutables, erotic bliss, but reversed. So no pleasure, where no woman will cry, erotic bliss, warrior of love, the sweetest taboo. You will come to find out that something or somebody that you're fighting for is just not. It's a karmic. This is a very clear message. Erotic bliss in reverse, good, and then warrior of love. So no bliss. So it's like the pleasure. You're not feeling any pleasure, having fun, and you always feel like you're fighting for love or searching for it because the things that you choose are like taboo. Like you constantly go for what's actually unhealthy. And instead of working on, yeah, your jealousy and possessiveness by surrendering to your wild side, because that's what keeps attracting these karmics, right? So you need to accept your wild side more and the side of you that's a little bit more karmic. So you need to do shadow work in love. So what have you always been denying? What darker sides of love have you always denied that made you think that you could not fall for that same trap? Because I'm seeing that that's exactly what keeps you guiding back to these people that just control you. I also can see if it's like It's like a plum, lucky plum. Somebody like you constantly keep falling for people who make you feel like you're a lucky plum, but it's because they control your mind. They're just manipulators, and you're so gullible to it because you're unhealed. That's a very clear message. Because you're so gullible to it, because you're unhealed, because you never surrender to like, yeah, your wild side because you doubt and you're indecisive about your body, and because of not only body positivity, but it's also like in your body. You're insecure in your body. So you struggle to think, can you be able to love yourself on your own? Like you are afraid. You have like not abandonment issues, but like you have commitment issues with yourself. That's what I mean. Like you're afraid to commit to yourself because you think you're going to abandon yourself. That's because you haven't looked at who abandoned you first in your life. That will bring you healing because it will show you how to not treat yourself anymore. You know what I mean? That's actually a very strong message. What's the challenge here this week for the mutables? Let me just beep it. No, yeah, now I understand why they went without. They were like, "Is this card okay?" I'm like, no, yeah. Oh shit, the bitches. They gave it anyway. Sorry, no disrespect. So the love secret here, yeah, it speaks of really looking at that mirror. That's like commitment issues. Like sometimes you dare to face yourself and other times you don't. That's your challenge. You need to, if you, oh, I'm hearing Cancer rising. If you have things in there's a correlation between this read and the one for Cancer, the card pull for Cancer. So, pardon me, you could also suffer from like, pardon me, like savior complex, like victim complex. Oh my God, now something is coming through that I was thinking about yesterday. Maybe you could have like a mother. Somebody could have a mother. I'm getting shivers now, so that's confirmation that I have to say it. Some of you could have like a mother or a parent figure that always, what's that disease? That like said that you were sick so they can heal you. The child ill on purpose. Munchausen. Oh, yeah, yeah. Mental illness in the form of child abuse. The caretaker of a child, most often a mother, either makes up fake symptoms or causes real symptoms to make it look like the child is sick. So this mom could help you, right? If you have been through this, I'm very sorry. And it's a big eye opener, if so, because it will also showcase to you why your own feminine energy is treating your masculine energy like that. And your masculine energy is like the logical side. So it's like you make your own mind sick with believing that there's something wrong with you that you cannot love, what will eventually make your feminine energy, so your emotions, hold back from giving into reality. And the reality is that you're not, yeah. Oh no, this is actually very sad. Sometimes I don't want to tap too deep into a reading because it gets so personal and emotional. But there's somebody who is very afraid of, how do I explain it? You don't grant yourself love. Like why? You're beautiful. Like you're why? I hear you're beautiful and you cook so good and you smell so nice, my love. Yeah. When you walk the street, the people turn and ask themselves, what fragrance does she use? Mm. Now I'm hearing, hey, sometimes they're poetic. I'm hearing. Yeah, I heard. Okay, 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 okay. I heard. And the angels, even the angels, they look down from the sky and they look at her and say, "Why? Why are you such my muse? Why does no one else around you notices? Only us with the wings in the sky." Like you have more. Yeah, so sad. The struggles, body positivity. You have more things that you carry to admire and love yourself, but you're doubting. Why are you doubting healing? You shouldn't doubt healing. Doubting healing, yeah, because you long and desire. Maybe you have searched for a long time to see what is going on with you, and it took you so long to find out and to figure out, and you still couldn't find the answer, or 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 you desired to find out for so long that when you found out, you just your world crumbled, and and it it's it's disencouraged you, but it should actually be like an encourager, where you will like look up to those negative traits and habits and say, now I have faced you and I know to not ever walk through this gate of me again, and then you confront that negativity by uplifting yourself and also finding out what the root is. And yeah, there's a lot of emphasis on your body. So if you're insecure about your body, don't feel bad or sad, just work on it. Change your diet, eat different, don't go to a nail salon, just do your own nails, do things that make you proud of your own body, because then the love comes closer because it's something that you did for yourself. So instead of, for example, going to like a mani pedicure, buy the products that you want and do your own nail art. And then it's fun if you really start in that process of like being creative with yourself. You will also see this quirky side of you that will how this quirky side deals with like mistakes and faults, or when something just goes wrong and you're like, oh my god, what did I do? And then if you accept yourself in those moments, the general picture of acceptance of self will come quicker, because we're made up out of all those little moments of quirkiness and smiles and sadness and emotions and thoughts, and they form this beautiful picture of like oneness, and being whole. And it's just, yeah, surrendering, accept that you have these, accept that you also have these urges that are wild and crazy, and you shouldn't judge yourself for it. Of course, don't do anything dangerous, but you shouldn't judge yourself for it, even if it's a little bit too animalistic. I mean, there are people out there with freaky ass kinks, and we will never know about them, and I don't want to. But if they love themselves, that's important, because it's about what makes you thrive within yourself more, that you know of yourself, that makes you love yourself even more. Yeah, that's beautiful. And then an overall challenge for everyone this week when it comes to self love. Because like I always search for challenge because love is strong. Yeah, not listening to the soft whispers. Listen to what spirit tells you. And it fell on the stack of the cardinals. So cardinals need to extra pay attention to this challenge, but not listening to the soft whispers. It's not really focusing, and I'm very sorry for that. But it's like, pardon me. Oh, oh, beauty school, beauty vlog. Oh, kind of. Anyway, soft whispers. The challenge for everybody is to be kind to yourself in a softly manner. Or I'm reading it in two ways. I just realized the challenge is not listening. That's what I mean. Sorry. Not listening to not listening to how loud the subliminal message around us will be when it comes to being positive over our own body, our mind, our lives, bodies of others. Judgment of others only shows how hard you judge yourself. Wow, thank you. Even I learned something from that. um, so it's really emphasis on listening, paying attention. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a challenge to like. Why am I getting several things? It's like soft whispers, and it's number seven. Seven stands for spirituality, mysticism. It's what comes after karma. Opposite of a whisper, it's just normal, just a normal level of speaking. Oh, challenge this week. This is so difficult because I don't know how do I rephrase it like that? Okay. So this card usually speaks of soft whispers, being open to hearing messages from those in an easy way, speaking to yourself in a lovely manner. It's like I keep hearing a karmic talking, so in my head I'm just like, yeah, keep going, keep going. I hear you trash talking. Like it just screams loud. Don't be loud this week. The challenge is to be loud about how hard you love yourself this week. So ego, the challenge is ego this week. Ego of how you really love yourself. Oh, that's why. Spirit just wanted me to call out the karmic. Fucking stupid karmic. Shut the fuck up and get off my channel. Um, I even hear her say no. Well, you're gonna be forced off that channel, believe me. So it's like loudness of your ego is trying to act and think like you already got it and that you're already in love and feeling hella love. Meanwhile, it's not like that. Um, you're just struggling with being body positive and being positive with in in what body you're sitting, so that can cause like a misuse of your body. So it's like over speaking, over indulging, over sharing. Maybe you could be very loosely, intimately this week. That was not the advice. The challenge is to like, of course, the challenge is also to like voice out loud what you want. It's like voice, like share with the people that you love, talk with the people that you love. It's like the challenge is to communicate your desires because you're insecure about what you want. You struggle with what you want to ask, so you rather hold back. But you shouldn't, but you should also not scream and be loud about it. Like there is a lack of reading the room this week. People will not be really feeling properly. Like, should I say it loud? Should I say it soft? Should I? That whole rationality momentum is gone. So people will be quick to just either jump for it all the way or not. Like indecisiveness is off the books right now. So people are just quick to like impulsively move. And it also means with, pardon me, love and romantic situations. I'm hearing for somebody, don't be surprised when you get like a lot of calls to be asked out by people. That's for somebody for sure. I'm hearing Pisces again, so that could be for Pisces. But then it's also like, don't try to feed into what you're trying to leave behind. You know what I mean? Being loud, like harsh words, changes harsh words, like being negatively vocal, abrupt speaking. That's the challenge. Nice. I really like this layout more than what I did before. So I'm going to close the reading. Thank you for watching. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for visiting for the first time. My name is Raz Burkle. This was the self love reading for upcoming week. Both videos I shall place today, post today, upload today. And yeah, thank you. Have a lovely evening, day, or morning. Goodbye.